Hi, thank you for having us here. I'm Christine Hall with Arts Equity Nashville, one of the original Title VI complainants, and I do want to start by expressing appreciation for Metro Human Relations commissioners and staff members. The amount of time and attention that you have devoted to this matter, I know it's a lot. I know because we've been following along with you. And to have a department within our government that's actually interested in representing the people and being human with us, that's invaluable. And it's clearly meant a lot to a lot of actual citizens and artists here in Nashville. So in the interest of that, we want to continue our advocacy today by taking this time to be heard. And again, thank you for giving us that chance. We know that these points of conciliation were fought for, and we appreciate that fight. We want to note that going into this, we didn't just want to make it right going backwards, because as has come out through this process, the inequity has been a persistent problem and pervasive in Metro government, not just in Metro Arts and Metro Legal and Metro Finance, but it's an issue. And anybody can take a step back and see that and see the way it has real effects on real people. And we're coming here as citizens and artists to try and correct that, not just on behalf of ourselves, but on behalf of the community. We've been listening to community members. And part of the issue here is we don't feel that the full breadth of our demands were actually ever heard. We understand that it's important, chiefly, to get that money back that was taken away after it was awarded through our advocacy, and now through our advocacy, it's been given it back. But we've still got this amount hanging over our heads that was withheld from muralists and public artists, right? And so we're being pressed into an agreement that doesn't go far enough. It stops short of ensuring this won't happen again. We've got some goodwill gestures on this list. You know, they say that they're going to do robust community engagement. We know that that's not a solid commitment. We know, of course, our advocacy is going to have to continue, but I'm just here to state plainly, as somebody who doesn't stand to benefit directly from this, but just as a citizen, as an artist who's lived in Nashville a long time and wants to see us flourish and thrive and knows how the arts energizes and always pays off more than what's invested in it. This isn't enough, all right? Like, we appreciate what you've done. So many of us are ready to go along. So many people are exhausted, but we just want to be heard that there are certain issues, such as Metro Legal is holding to this idea that they didn't do anything wrong. On our original list of demands, that's been amended so many times now. You know, it went down from the original complaint to May 20th before we entered conciliation. We had 2 pages, and then we did a counteroffer on June 19th, and we've got these stand-ins for real requests we made, and they just don't quite rise to the moment. I mean, you heard in the public comments that people are calling for a public hearing for truth and reconciliation. There's an appetite for transparency in our government, for exposing corruption and rooting it out. There's an appetite. I know we've got to go to council and get legislation passed that's going to ensure equity, not just by defining it, but by instituting policies that we can all adhere to realize this. But the thing is, we don't even have a solid agreement from Metro Arts Commission that they're going to work with us to do it. I don't feel that they've engaged in this in good faith. I don't feel that Metro Legal engaged in good faith. I don't feel that Metro Finance did. They botched it. They point at BIPOC leaders and pick out these small failings. And then they go and they fail in big ways, and they won't even admit to that. There's no apology. They won't even admit that the legal opinion they issued did not apply to the situation they were asked about. And it's clear from reading the report, or even an outsider looking in, it didn't apply. It wasn't the question asked. Why are you giving a different answer? We have no indication that they're going to behave differently. I want to also, within this time, I very much appreciate independent counsel's expertise and experience on this. I am not a lawyer, clearly. We've been forced to represent ourselves throughout this process and donate much of our time. I read the law. I see where it is not clearly authorized by state law to pay individuals, but I don't see where it's prohibited. And I've asked multiple times and nobody's shown me that. I read it and it says basically that the arts commissions can award payments to organizations without further approval of the local legislature. But it doesn't say that they can't do it for independent. It just says they won't need to get further approval to do it. So I don't understand. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I just think that there's a lot of open issues. And I don't want to take up more of your time because we've got 2 other complainants here. There's so much I want to say because I'm like, through all of this, I still, even though we wrote that long complaint and we love the report, it shows that there's probable cause for the discrimination that we alleged. But I don't think that any of our points have really been given the attention by the Arts Commission or legal that they were really due. And I need to be out with that, and then I will yield my time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comment.